this, if anything, should be a map that plays to EM's strengths to a degree. I'm very interested to see how Runaway deals with it.
Yeah, one good thing to mention as well is the fact that point number 2 is actually pretty good for Doomfist. There are so many walls you can kind of collide with, plus you can go from the top rope, you know, elbow slam, they're giving the people's elbow straight on top of the head, like from the canister things in the brewery. There are so many places that he can sit around.
Oh!
Hisu, oh my goodness, that's not what you want to see.
Well, you know what? That's why you got the one-up mushroom. You got Mercy there. Like, just get up and try again. But, you know, Rez not going to be up for a while. And if nothing else, a shot across the bow. And Exy immediately ripping apart 50% to ult early, Jaws.
This is insane. The Holt has so many good interactions, and one of them being the Widowmaker. Another nice shot onto Gannan Jin. Yeah, Exy, he's going to have ult for the next fight, ZP, funnily enough. Widowmaker clicks a couple of heads. Plus, the rather large head hitbox of the Orisa. She also has to make a decision too. Fortify is a very, very interesting ability. It stops a lot of CC coming through. It stops the Holt more often than not, and the hook. Do you use that to stop getting halted and then hooked? Or do you use that to stop getting insta-killed and insta-blaned by the headshot of the Widowmaker? Exy has popped the sights already, and Runaway, they've only just got out of sport.
Runaway, they've gone out of spawn, but do they know what to do outside of spawn is a question. I think right now they're a little bit punch-drunk from the early shots thrown in. Sparkle to the back, built up the barrage and record speed. And this is dominance, and it starts directly outside the spawn door.
Oh boy. Farah is pretty good on this map, huh? You can hide on the top of the roof. There is a skybox that exists. Sparkle has not yet hit it. The best thing about this is that you can just do what he's doing here. It's a situation where it's like playing against a Widowmaker and a Doomfist. You have to look 2 ways, and if you look one way, guess who's going to pile rockets into your back, or a headshot's going to come through from the Widow. Hisu manages to take out Unique, though, in a good start for Runaway.
Sparkle gets revenge, but here's the problem. Sparkle has no heals at this point. Sparkle, his only friend is the rooftop for a little bit of cover, and Runaway slowly but surely grinding their way out of spawn. But look at the time here, Jaws. 2 minutes already gone.
2 minutes have gone down the drain, and they moved a meter, ZP. Runaway now can move forward. They can get a nice little position there. The problem is they didn't actually tag out Exy. So he's almost got free real estate, and you can see what they're trying to do now is try and punish him for that. He can try and set up as best he can. Shields are going to be in the way, yes, and sights are there. But as soon as those goes down, he is going to be out in the front line. Supercharger has been used fairly early, though. They're trying to roll on through this first point.
Well, it's an unprotected supercharger. You just see Roadhog roll up and deal with it, but okay. QQ down on the other side. Elven Mystic really applying quite a bit of pressure here from the defense. Runaway, they're down a key member. Yaki under pressure, and QQ get me going the Hammond here. The swap back in, apply pressure. They want to commit to this heavy offensive push. Exy, meanwhile, getting out of sidelines. It's a much more difficult area. Hammond in his face, but look at the peel.
You got to protect Exy. He's on fire. It was a bit unfortunate earlier. MCG actually jumped in the way of that Holt coming through, so he couldn't actually headshot anybody. Hisu finds his head eventually, but Nano on the Genji, and now you're going to have to run Hisu. Eventually goes down, and Sparkle now has the blade. He's going to unleash the ZP.
Goes in, gets one immediate slash, goes up, and it's just a good economy blade there for Sparkle. He's going thing crazy, gets 2 eliminations, wins the fight, and Runaway is in real trouble here, Jaws. Final 33 seconds remaining, and they don't get through. That's going to be a first point hold.
He was on the fire, but no. I want to play Genji now, so he's now playing Genji. XD's going to have a lot of space as well, waiting for Runaway to come back through. And with QOQ on the ball, he's going to provide a major distraction, but the only real person he can take out is MCD, and he's going to be more than protected with Takoyaki and Haben at his back. Haben has been so good at peeling away for XD, he's going to do the same for MCD.
Exy, room to work with. The Orisa exposed. This is not where you want to be as Orisa. Already almost down. Exy, though, decides to go for his mate, doesn't land the shot. EM still applying a lot of pressure to Runaway. All 6 still up, moving to the point, but Exy strikes! Finds Hisu.
OT!
6 on 5, and they can't stand the point! Disaster!
Oh my goodness. How do you live with yourself after that? You got the pick. Well, you didn't get the pick, you actually got kind of owned. But you are so close to the point with an Amp Matrix at your back as well. You need 1 tank to touch, and you have a Wrecking Ball as well. Runaway kind of C9 that point. You can see how far the cart really needs to make it now. Element Mystic, now with all that they need, You just need one initial fight here, and you can do what Runaway attempted to do and try to roll on to second using that supercharger and the whole hog. It was such a nice pickoff from Xe taking away Hisu, and that prompted Kyoku, you could see there in the little replay, to go, okay, I need to take this guy out. If we don't take Xe out, he's going to get space. Our tanks will be useless. He rolls on forward to try and go down. Pile drivers, oh, I didn't step on the payload. Well, I guess we now lose.
The strange thing to me in all of this is the entire part that, think about this. This is a really good map for Element Mystic, and we called out and we saw the strengths that we expected, and they delivered in full, both Pharah play and Widow play. But also, this is Runaway's map choice. Why in the world would Runaway bring Element Mystic here? That's the thing that's perplexing me on further review.
I don't have an answer. I do not have an answer for you, CP, unfortunately. Hisu and Xe are going to roll out on the same thing once again. Hisu's going to have to just dominate Xe on this first push. Remember how long Element Mystic were able to hold Runaway here for around 2 minutes. Such a good map for Xe, and yes, the question does stand. Why did they go to this map? Nice pick so far, though, onto MCD. Very good start, but DJ Gong in a lot of trouble.
Yaki taking the Pharah versus Pharah right now. Sparkle already getting more space in his own airspace. Then Runaway is able to clear out the first time around, but the 5v5 battle continuing. Xe, room to work with that spawn. Yaki is down, and EM has done a much better job dealing with the spawn pressure than Runaway did just a round ago.
Xe just hiding in spawn too. Look at that shot on Hisu too. Just dominating this Widow versus Widow. I gotta say, I've got a feeling Runaway are gonna have to go dive here. They gotta go Genji Tracer, something along those lines, because you are losing the duel, Hisu. It is the Widow versus Widow, probably like 4-2 in Xe's favor currently. And now Xe gets a lot of space to set up. And that's the most important thing for the Widowmaker to do. Set up a sightline, make sure the tanks are more than safe moving through this choke point. Hisu's going to come back with the rest of his team. Sparkle now again on the Genji. Streaky hero, yes, but he's making it work, ZP.
I don't really know if Genji is a player. They have enough time that they can still pivot if it doesn't work out, but it's a little bit risky for how Runaway's played around it. However, given they're running the Widow, all he needs to do, get back, pressure Hisu, and Hisu's down! Xe does the job for Sparkle, and now Sparkle doesn't have to worry about the Widow, can just focus on the main line. The Resurrection, though, up and over. Xe, really good positioning. Drawing the attention away here as this is going in, and this is opening up the rest of EM to opportunities. They're looking at Xe, but they're not looking at Sparkle.
They're not looking at Sparkle at all, and they can just run to the front line. He's going to get nanoed as well. ZP straight to the back. Yaki's in trouble.
Yaki, the first to fall. Sparkle, though, might not be done yet. 66% and climbing towards Blade. Finds Lee Jae-gon. Might not even need the Blade here. Sparkle with 3. A Blade. Unnecessary. Xe provides a distraction. Sparkle provides the follow-through. It's going to be EM evening up the series 2-2. And we got a grand
there's the Blade. The style points right at the end. Element Mystic fist bumps all around. Runaway look completely shook by Xe's Widow. Hisu was losing the duels time and time again. That prompted the Diva to try and check him. What happened? Oh, there's no Diva in front of this Orisa. I guess we just push forward through the shield to stop this Orisa from doing all of anything. They isolate her, and then guess what happens? Because Xe wins the duel, the Diva's then split between two things. He has to then go back to his tanks, and Xe gets an even better position. Element Mystic win the map, and they are tied in the series.
Absolute domination coming in from Element Mystic, and what more can you expect? We talk about the strength of Xe, a Widow player without peer. We talk about the strength of Sparkle, someone who really likes going between Genji and Pharah in particular in this meta. And Havana First plays to both of their strengths there, Jaws. Runaway, I think, made a very ill mistake bringing it to Havana.
They got to choose the map once again. They got to decide where they really want to take it. Because Xe once more can be subbed out. Can be subbed out to Doha, but I definitely wouldn't at this point. We did bring it up at the very start of that map that we think Xe's just going to stay in permanently. I don't see a world now where they bring Doha in, especially when he's on fire with Widow like this.
Sometimes you just got to leave the hot hand in. It's what I would do in the situation, but is that what Element Mystic is going to do? We'll find out after the break. When we started the day, we thought the brooms might be coming out. Runaway looked unstoppable. However, Element Mystic, they've picked themselves up off the ground, and they have fought their way back in. One way or another, it's not going to be an easy road for whoever our champion might be.
It definitely won't be an easy road. And Doha being subbed out seems like the key tool that they needed. XD coming in on the Widowmaker, showing everybody what he's made of on Havana, just dominating. And then we had Sparkle as well. He was on fire. He didn't really want to play it. We all knew he wanted to press H and switch to Genji. He did and cleaned up. They're looking extremely strong. However, ZP, we are going into Nepal, and this was the map that Runaway did face Element Mystic again against in this season, and they did manage to win rather handily, mind you. It did go to 3 rounds, but they did look rather one-sided. But wow, okay, we are seeing XD coming back in. Doha did play on this map as well when they faced in the regular season. They did end up losing it and the series, so we'll have to say and wait and find out how this one plays out.
Well, I think what we're seeing here is an admission from Element Mystic that they do not intend to run Widow. As we move into Nepal, it's not going to be part of their game plan. And, you know, the interesting thing, you talk about the regular season, it matters, but at the same point, it doesn't matter because the meta was just wildly different. It was the last era, the one last ride of the era where you could still run 3-3. Things have changed here, and that's putting it mildly. And you have to think that with Doha in, it means 2 things. One, they probably want to potentially run him on Doom here in Nepal, which would make a lot of sense. And it's probably going to be swaps between, say, Doom and Sombra, but no Widow.
Yeah, Nepal isn't really known for its Widow. You can play it on things like Sanctum. There's quite nice sightlines, but the problem is you are dove fairly easily. Same on Shrine, really kind of the same tale. There are a couple of places Widowmaker can set up, but it's more point-centric. You want to fight on the point more often than not. It's not somewhere like Lighthouse, for example, where you don't have to necessarily fight on the point. You can just control the open. Speaking of open places, the venue looking, once again, rather crisp. You can see them all back in their booths. It does, I'm going to say it again, it does very much remind me of Apex. It's quite a sight to see. All the fans coming out with the wands as well, featuring Runaway and Element Mystic, which I need to obtain, by the way. Someone hit me up. I'd be rather gracious if you could do that.
The free loot, call out. It's a classic one. It's one that I respect. As someone that enjoys selling out quite a bit. I mean, I sell out shamelessly, and I don't even get guaranteed loot as a result, but that just might mean I'm bad at it. But we're getting into game. We'll talk about the venue more later. And we'll see if Runaway can reverse their fortune here on Nepal. What's undoubtedly going to be a crucial map 5.
That it will be. We are going to see Sombra. I can almost guarantee it, or maybe a little bit of Doomfist. There you go, Doha hovering the Doom. Of course, they can change next couple of seconds. It depends how Runaway want to run this too. We are on Sanctum, so it can be very much more a Roadhog Orisa kind of style play, or we can see a little bit of dive as well. Just isolate the back line and then kind of roll on from there. Couple of seconds till we roll out those ZP. The Mays are going to be critical though. There's no way you don't run away at the May on this map, especially as how prominent May has been, and the best counter to May more often than not. It feels like just run your own May, wall the May off, then you win. You kill the May, they have a lot less control and a lot less damage as well.
But you know, one of the best counters Reaper is here. McCree, Runaway, they did their homework. They're expecting the May Sombra in from Element Mystic, and Isu and McCree can be a big deal here. It can give QOQ a little more protection on Hog. The first fight already underway, and they drop the Immortality field really quickly under pressure. Bodes well from Mystic. They field the Immortality field. They go in a little bit more aggressively. QOQ already down, heavily focus fired, and even with the Bionade from Gangnam Jin, it's not going to be nearly enough. And EM, a little bit better at a straight-up fight here, Jaws, if they can dive in like that.
A little bit better indeed. You press W, and what happens when you press W, ZP? You have to press one more key on your keyboard, well, on your mouse, sorry. It's M1, and they end up winning that one rather easily. McCree only has one flashbang. He can't stun them all. And Doha, as soon as he spots that one, he's heading straight for the McCree. You're going to have to be pretty unlucky to get domed a couple of times. There's going to be a rotation here, but they're going to have to watch out for Yucky. He can wall them off as they do enter the point, and you've got to watch out for Unique as well. Very famous map for the boots into the hole.
Now, Runaway, they're going to have to play a more poking style here. Element Mystic, if they can dive in the Runaway as a full team, it's going to be very hard for them to deal with it. But Doha, he was so far forward, Jaws, down immediately. Runaway, working with a man advantage here. It's going to be a lot of room for Hisu to get to the flank. EM trying to shut down the corridor. Dive in for Runaway, gets in, but they don't have the personnel for it. They lose Sparkle, and Runaway about to quickly flip the point.
Yeah, not only on top of that, it comes down to the supports once again. EJ gone, he put down the Immortality Field. Who's focused in that Immortality Field, ZP? I'll give you a very, very quick answer. Nobody. MCD used the Coalescence. It was placed in such a way that you'd have to kind of obfuscate your vision of your own supports getting healing to try and take it out. And as soon as that did happen, you're gonna die. That Immortality Field has so much health that it's almost impossible to take down unless you're perma-focusing it if you're the Reaper or the Mei. What happened? They didn't. The rest of Runaway able to survive. At least Element Mystic are gaining a lot more free time here by staggering themselves onto the point.
Honestly, though, I don't know if worth. Because, yes, they were throwing themselves onto the point, but there is no chance of getting any damage of any significant sort there. And the fully charged up Runaway on a map that is, frankly, notoriously hard to retake.
But what ults do they have? That is the question. What ults can they use to kind of stop Sparkle going off with this Blizzard? You got Yaki. You could try and use the counter Blizzard here, but they might not if you need to. Runaway have to jump on. No, Element Mystic have to jump on to Runaway to try and do anything. Both superchargers have been used. Now is the time to strike for Sparkle.
Isu looking for key pickoffs on the flank. The key part here is buy time for the Hanzo. You don't want to take this straight fight. Meanwhile, Element Mystic, they very much do. The combo to the side catches Isu, takes down the Immortality Field and Supercharger in tow. And Element Mystic, they just stick to the point, and the bomb buys them more than enough space.
Yeah, it does. More than enough space and time. These comps are very hard to kind of clear out unless you do that. You need Boopin the Arista off the edge. Gets them a lot of self-free ult charge as well when you do that. But you buy time. You buy space, yes. Element Mystic are probably going to be in one-fight territory now. 75%, you wouldn't normally say so. You'd say maybe 1 to 2. But with these comps dying so quickly, it's 1. 80% now online. Runaway through everything and the kitchen sink at that fight. And Element Mystic have a Coalescence to fall back on. That's so much pressure on the back line and front. He's just going to have to be so careful here. If he gets caught out, it's basically all over.
Isu coming in from the flank, and Runaway trying to recover from a Greece-esque economic crash. Because as you say, they invested everything. Meanwhile, Element Mystic, they just dive in. Isu went for the flank, and they just realized we can go straight in. We can just fight you directly in the choke, but they don't get the fall through they're looking for. It's not necessarily clean. In overtime now, Runaway got QOQ back over to the point, and they're about to take it.
How did this happen? Gangnam Jin was able to take out Doha so quickly. He used the ult. I heard the sound line, and instantly the Zen comes up big, clicks his head. Doha ends up going down, and what looked like an Element Mystic favored fight completely flipped around. Gangnam Jin coming up super clutch. MCD's Coalescence was almost a non-factor as well. Runaway are going to have ults for this next fight. They've got the Immortality Field as well as the Am Matrix coming out from Lee Jae-gong. They also have that Blizzard. Sparkle, again, going to have to come up clutch. Use it a little bit later. Hopefully they can sustain through Yakis, but this is one-fight territory for Runaway.
Goes down! Hisu strikes! The poking from the Hanzo finally lands its mark.